Looks like a whole decade has gone. A whole decade has passed. 10 years is a decade. Like, time flies fast. One day you're born, the next it's a decade. 2 decades, 3 decades. Right now we're looking at a whole entire decade. The 2010s have come to an end. But that's not the main focus of this video. The main focus of that isn't that. That's part of it. Now, in the 2010s, comment down below some of your favorite moments of this decade. Some of your most unliked, hated moments of this decade. The good, the bad, the ugly, comment. But this decade was, well, we had ups, we had downs. We had political warfare, we had entertainment breakthrough. We had success stories, we had disaster stories. We had it all. You know, in a decade, you're gonna get it all. We had companies go from the brink of extinction to back on top. We had companies go to extinction. It happens. 10 years, you're going to see a big change. Coming into 2020, there's going to be a lot of different things, very different things that didn't happen or continue on from the 2010s. Now, like I said earlier, that's not the main focus of this video. The main focus is this year right now, 2019, the end of the decade. Now, most people will upload a video talking about the greatest decade this, the greatest of that in the decade, the worst of this decade, the top 5, top 10, you know. I'm going to focus on the end of the decade. Now, more specifically, I'm going to focus on myself. Personally, on myself. Now, before we get to myself, in this decade, we had lots of great movies. We had lots of great TV shows, both start and end in this decade. We had great technological advances this decade. We had brand new billion-dollar companies arise this decade. We had lots of things. This decade gave us a lot to remember and a lot to look forward to in the next decade. And at the end of this year, the very last year of this decade, will only be an advancement for 2020 and onwards. Now, as far as me, my decade was great. A lot of things have happened in my decade, from starting a business to focusing on my collection a lot, and I mean a lot, because in the early 2000s, I started collecting. I'll say this, I started collecting, actually, to be fair, I started collecting in 1998, 99, when most people weren't, with comic books. But I mean 2005, 2006 was when I got serious, like, you know, video game collecting started getting serious. And it wasn't as serious as it is now, but it was serious. Because, you know, when it's not your money and your parents' money, you know, they're not going to do it as much as when it's your money. You're going to prioritize what first. So, I mean, this decade I kind of did that. Let's see. I started a YouTube channel this very decade. What else have I done this decade? I found out who I am. I started my music career this decade. Now, granted, it's not huge yet because I started near the end of the decade, but it'll be starting to. It's something to roll into for the next decade. What else? Oh, here's a big one. I got in shape. This year alone, I feel like was my biggest year of the decade. Why? for certain reasons. Reason one being, I feel the healthiest I've ever felt this year alone, 2019, the end of the decade. I woke up and said, I need to lose weight. I need to get in shape because, get this decade I have been the heaviest, the most unhealthiest, and the most overweight I've been ever, at 150 pounds and change. I was the most laziest SOB this decade. I would say probably around 2013, 2014 was when it started getting to very bad. 2015 it really became a problem, but I didn't know that till 2018, but I didn't do nothing, right? I did nothing. 2019, I looked at myself and I said, no more. I'm going to change. And change for the better I did. Because now, not only was I the most overweight, the most unhealthiest, the most laziest I've ever been, this decade alone gave me that, but this year alone gave me an accomplishment that I can be proud of. The lightest, the healthiest, the strongest I have ever felt in my life. And that's a stepping stone to what's to come in the next decade, to become even stronger, bigger, more motivated, higher metabolism, and hold up, and this one is the most serious, because a lot of people who work out, they just want to get in shape. They don't think about the kind of shape they want to get. They don't look at the kind of body. They just look at in shape. I'm going one step further and looking at a body that is super cut. It's buff and super cut. Being I am going to achieve something that I've never done in my life before. And that is bodybuilding. That's right. In 2019, I set myself a goal to lose weight. I went on a keto diet. The biggest trend in 2019 for diet was keto. Some say is good, some say is bad. I did keto, and with my own experience, keto is good. Now, the other side to it is not every body is the same. Your body might not be able to do keto as well as me or the next person. So if you do keto and you're looking at it, but wait, but some guy on YouTube told me in 4 weeks he lost almost 20 to 22 pounds, and then he lost another 10 pounds in a span of 2 weeks, and then he lost another 5 pounds and put on some weight too at the process. Like, what is going on? Like, everybody's different. Your body might not adapt to keto like it should. So, I mean, it's a huge trend that happened in 2019, and that's where the yes it's good and no it's bad debate came in place, because keto is one of those diets that came in that was like a super diet where it's like, boom, you're going to lose a shit ton of weight so quickly, you're going to build metabolism like crazy, but you can't just go on keto. You got to exercise as well, because if you don't, then you're just going to become an unhealthy twig and lose more weight than you should. That is what keto is. So, I mean, with my experience, keto worked. And again, bodies are different. Now, going back to me, I did keto diet. It worked for me in a span of 4 weeks, 20 to 22 pounds. Then I lost another 10 pounds, and then I gained 5 pounds, only because I started to incorporate more, weights. Not heavy weights, but I mean enough to not be a twig. And then I lost more weight, which is good because I had some stubborn weight I needed to lose. Then I stayed consistent, and now, as of the end of 2019, I've set myself a goal. I am done with the keto diet because I do not need to lose any more weight now. Keto is great to lose weight fast. So right now I'm sitting at 112 pounds. If I keep my keto diet up, I will be 90 pounds, 80 pounds even, which is very unhealthy. And then by that point, my body will be so used to it where my mind is telling me I shouldn't be eating more. I should be eating less. I can't absorb carbs properly like I should. The proteins will sit around to help lose weight rather than gain muscles. The fats will sit around as excess fat for protection to help the proteins to work to lose more weight. My body will be so used to it, so I gotta quit while I can because I want to get big now. So now I'm gonna slowly switch over to a heavy bodybuilding diet because in 2020 I am looking to start bodybuilding. That's right, I said it, bodybuilding. That's why I said buff, super cut. Now, when people look at buff, they're thinking big, strong man walking around like this. Wrong. If you're super cut and you're buff, you don't walk around like this. You look like, say, think of bodybuilders, not big bodybuilders, the smaller bodybuilders. You see like the, not the lightweight division or the, I don't know what I know in fighting they call it like bantamweight, straw weights. I think in bodybuilding there might be another division, I'm not sure, but I'm not going to get into competition. It's just for me to bodybuild and build a bodybuilding body, you know? So my plan is now to switch over to a pure bodybuilding diet, which I've already slowly done. So 2019, I lost a lot of weight. 2020, going into the next decade, I'm going to gain a lot of muscle mass and I'm going to start doing a bodybuilding diet. Now, before I go into that, the things that I've started doing was incorporating a lot of veggies that have high protein, high iron, high carbs, but not high enough where it's over the limit, high enough where it matches the proteins to work together, and then high in antacids. Why antacids? Because you want to remove as much toxins from your body so other things aren't working twice as hard, because now they got to work to build muscle, to build metabolism, to build energy, and to build stamina while still working to remove toxins. So you have antacids to remove as much toxins as you can. And I've been adding more water to my diet because now I need to drink even more water than I was on keto because of, well, I want to build more, so I want to have enough water mass to keep my water going and enough to, when I have to go, let off as much toxins as I can. So, it goes both ways. Now, I've also increased my meal portions a little. I'm slowly increasing, so by February, I go head on to a full bodybuilding diet that suits my weight, height, my weight goal and my height that I am right now. Now, what else has happened to me in 2019 other than the being healthy? 2019, I said it. I started a YouTube channel. I started a YouTube channel at the beginning of the decade. In 2019, I started a new show on YouTube, right? What did I start on YouTube? The Shoe Rack. Now, before, I was doing okay with the games. Now, I haven't given up on games. I'm still a gamer. I still love video games. I still collect games. It's just, I realized that I love it, but it was oversaturated. So I was like, you know what? So last year I started wrestling, the RM podcast. Figured I wasn't good at podcasts. So this year I did my other passion, sneakers. The most views I've ever had in the past month. My videos are getting 150, 200, 300, 400 views. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 likes. Now, the subscriber count isn't getting up there because I just started with the shoe rack. The subscriber count will come slowly. So, I've noticed in 2019, the shoe rack has helped me grow my view count, my like counts, and my hourly watch, which is amazing, which is beautiful. My vlogs have come up a bit too because I've noticed with the shoe rack, the vlogs have been doing better, and I've improved camera quality in 2019 as well. So, 2019, my YouTube channel has grown. That's a plus. That is a plus. It's doing well. Now, in 2020, the goal is to triple, maybe 4 times, even 10 times the amount of views, subs, likes. That's what my goal is, to get 10 times the amount. And to be able to give you guys content you guys want in the highest quality. So with the more views and likes and all that, the better the content I can make. Alright? So 2019, I saw growth in my channel in the second half of 2019, being September, October-ish onwards, which is a plus. I've seen a change in my business. I tried sneakers, jerseys, streetwear. Didn't do well because where I'm located, not good. I have a passion for those things, streetwear, fashion, sneakers. So I'm going to still do it, but in a different setting, on its own, separate from my business. It's like a side business, you know? So I went back to what I was originally 2 years ago, wrestling and video games. So this year, my business had an up and down roller coaster to now where I'm permanently going to sit at video games and wrestling. So there was ups and downs in that. So my 2019, it was a pretty up and down roller coaster ride, you know? It had its up, it had its down, it had its mid, it had its low, it had everything. Anyways, I've been rambling on for a bit too long, I believe. I think I have been rambling on for too long. So let me close this out with my life in 2019. My life in 2019, is it still the same? It's kind of the same because I just started picking up my life and thinking about where to go with it. So it's going up. 2020, it should be turning around and becoming a success story, I should say. I've set myself some goals in 2019 that I want to achieve. In 2019, I actually sat down for the first time and wrote down goals I want to achieve in my life, whether it be a short term, mid-term, or long term. They all fit in the 3 categories. I can achieve them either which way. And in 2019, I started meditating, which has helped my mind clear out, helped my heart clear out, helped my soul feel better. And in 2019, I fought and beat depression. That's right. I defeated it. In 2018, I did it. This decade, I was fighting with a bit of depression around end of 2017. 2018, I had it. 2019, I destroyed depression. I didn't let it beat me. I didn't let it eat away at me. I didn't. Not one bit. And that was because I realized, stay positive, do what I love, focus on what I love, focus on my friends and keep my friends close, and always have good relations with friends and good people around me. Always have positive attitude, and always talk to anybody that you know that can give you a good advice, whether it be a friend, family, whether it be a parent, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, you name it. And I started meditating. So days that I felt real low in 2019, I was like, it wasn't as much as it was in 2018 or 2017. But when I started meditating more, cleared, gone, no more. I don't feel it anymore. Nada, not one bit. I actually only think positive thoughts. And when there's negativity around me, I block it. I've learned through meditation in 2019, this year alone, to block out negativity through the power of meditation. And I've become sort of a meditative freak, meaning I love meditation. I meditate. I don't do it on a regular basis, which I want to get to doing, but I'm slowly getting myself to be able to do daily meditations, 30 minutes a day, then 1 hour a day, and then 2 1-hour sessions, one in the morning, one at night. You know, this is where my plan is. And also in 2019, I became a gym freak, a body freak, you know, a health nut, which is good. I feel great. I feel positive. 2019, I believe, is my best year yet as far as mentally, physically, capability, and knowledge. Let me know in the comment section below your entire decade, what you went through this entire decade, and 2019, the end of the decade. How did you feel by the end of the decade, and what do you expect in the new decade to come? Let me know in the comment section below. Comment it. I'd like to hear all of your current this decade walkthroughs, goods, the bad, the ugly, and what you want to happen in the next decade. Anyways, remember, smash that thumbs up button. We can get this to as many likes as we can. Smash that thumbs up button. Keep the thumbs up going. Keep it rolling. Let's see if we can surpass the record. If you're not yet subscribed, you know what to do. Anyways, as always, enjoy life. Keep on collecting. And we'll see you all for another video. Thank you for helping a small boy live out his YouTube dreams. Without you, there would be no Retromania. Now, we need more of you to go click this way where the arrow is, you know, over here somewhere. There's an arrow this way. It'll take you to the next video over here somewhere. And then down here in the bottom, there's subscribe. You can click on it. There's the link to the Retromania page. You can go down there and go there and subscribe. So remember, click that away, and down here, click